Sorry, you have to forgive me for a second. I just had to check to see if there were any pigs flying. I still can't believe what just happened on Monday. Alex Ovechkin is in the Eastern Conference Final. I'll say that again because that bears repeating. Alex Ovechkin is in the Eastern Conference Final. Now we have to drink that in. We have to because this has been the running joke throughout his whole career. He can't get past the second round. He can't get past Crosby. And I myself have been one of the guiltiest parties of mocking him for his inability to get it together in the playoffs to get past the second round. A tweet I once posted a few years back said the only things that are certain are death, taxes, and Ovechkin never making the conference final. That statement has to be changed now because on Monday it finally happened. Alex Ovechkin is in the Eastern Conference Final. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Now, Ovechkin is one of the best players in the league. He and Crosby are like the measuring stick now. he scores goals left and right. He can score a hat trick blind. The man's amazing. Here's the thing. It's bad enough. It's really bad enough. It's bad enough when you're one of the greatest, you're one of the best ever in a sport, and you're denied a world championship. That's bad. It's even worse when you're one of the best ever in a sport, and you're denied a chance to play for the world championship. And it gets even worse when you're one of the best ever in sports, and you're denied the chance to play for the chance to win a world championship. That's what's played Alex Ovechkin throughout his 13-year career. He had two dead ends. The second round of the Pittsburgh Penguins, and on Monday night, thanks to Evgeny Kuznetsov in overtime, Alexander Ovechkin got two monkeys off his back. He finally beat Crosby in the playoffs, and he's finally playing in the third round. He's finally in the conference final. He is finally going to play for the Prince of Wales Trophy, and of course I've been his harshest critic and satirist when it comes to Ovechkin's inability to get past round two. But I'll say this: when Washington won, after my brief moment of speechlessness, after what I just witnessed, I was immensely happy for Ovechkin. As I can imagine, a lot of people were, because the man is too good not to have that chance. He's too good not to be. He's too good to have never been in the Cup final, let alone the conference final. That's something Crosby, who's drafted the same year as him, but is every bit as good as he is, if not better. That's something Crosby has had many chances to. Crosby's been in the Eastern Conference Final 5 times, won 4 of them, and he turned 3 of the 4 into cups. He's won a lot. Now Ovechkin's finally getting his first taste of the Final Four, and we were all happy for him. But let's not lose sight of what else has happened. Just now, the Winnipeg Jets are in the West Final. I think that's possibly the only thing that's even more shocking than Ovechkin making it to the conference final. The Winnipeg Jets are in the Western Conference Final. This is the first time that either Jets team has ever made it into the third round. The original Jets hardly ever got past the first round. And when the original Jets moved to Arizona, became the Coyotes. They've been playing Arizona since the 96-97 season. In that time, the Coyotes have only been to the third round once. That was in 2012, and they were the victims of that LA Kings juggernaut that went on to win the whole thing. This current Jets team was originated as the Atlanta Thrashers, and before this year, they had never won a playoff game, let alone a series. But they took out Minnesota, and they beat Nashville. They beat Nashville in 7 games. And even better, they won 3 of the 4 games they won were in Nashville, including Game 7, which ended just a few hours ago. They blew the Predators out of the water. Paul Stastny, former Avalanche player, mind you, scored 2 goals, channeling his inner Alex Tanguay. If you don't get that reference, I feel sorry for you. But Stastny did it. He put He put 2 in, and they went on to win 5-1. They knocked out Rene for the second time in the playoffs, might I add. We did it first. And now the Jets are halfway through the playoffs. They are 4 wins away from playing for the Cup and 8 wins away from winning the whole thing. So, the Final Four is set. The Eastern Conference Final will pit the Capitals against the Tampa Bay Lightning. They're the only team remaining. They're the only team remaining that has won a cup. They won the cup back in 2004 and reached the final back in 2015. And yeah, Tampa has the best record in the conference, which means they'll have home ice in this East final against Washington. Now, Washington had home ice during the metropolitan portion of the playoffs, but they're going to start on the road now because Tampa's the beast in the East. Will Tampa get there? I don't know. I myself actually kind of hope Ovechkin beats him and gets him there because who knows? This could be his year. We don't know. It's all up in the air. And the West Final will be between the expansion Golden Knights and the Winnipeg Jets. Now, despite the fact that Vegas actually won the Pacific, home ice is determined by point total, not placement in the respective division. And seeing as how Winnipeg's point total is higher, Game 1 is going to be in Winnipeg this Saturday. The Jets have home ice advantage back. So this could work out. This could work out in their favor. We could see the Winnipeg Jets in the final. We could. Of course, I'm bringing the usual. We have to bring in the usual fun facts when it comes to Canadian teams getting this far in the playoffs. This is the second straight season that a Canadian team has reached the Final Four. Ottawa reached the East Final last year, and this is actually if my memory is correct, it usually is. I think this is the third time since this divisional playoff format started that a Canadian team made it this far. The Montreal Canadiens made it to the East Final in 2014, but they were beaten by the Rangers. No Canadian team has played for the final since 2011. The closest one came to doing so was last year. Remember, Ottawa made it to Game 7. That went double overtime before Pittsburgh scored and knocked them out. And of course, there's the usual stat. The Canadian team has not won a cup since '93. The Montreal Canadiens beating the Kings in 5 games. So, and of course, Winnipeg's never been in the final. Obviously, neither Winnipeg team has. So here's our Final Four. Here's the NHL's Final Four this year. You have a former one-time champion. You have a former one-time champion played against a team who has only been to the final once and never won a game, and is only making their 3rd appearance ever to the NHL's Final Four. And in the West, you have the expansion team, first year, first conference final, against another team making their first conference final appearance. Somebody is hoisting that Clarence Campbell Bowl for the first time ever, and it's gonna be amazing. And I think I'm excited, even though Ovechkin finally got over that hump. I think I'm more excited for the West Series because, number one, that's the one with the Canadian team in it, and that's also the one with the expansion team in it. So there's a lot of intrigue in that Western Conference final. Is the new team actually going to get to the final, or is Canada going to be represented in the Stanley Cup final for the first time in 7 years? We don't know. I forgot a little bit of tidbit because I'm too detailed. I said 2011 was the last time a Canadian team was represented. That team was the Canucks. The Canucks made it to the Stanley Cup final in 2011, lost in 7 games. That series saw the home team win every game except the one that counted, Game 7. So we could be looking at a lot of history here. We could be looking at a lot of history. Could Tampa win their 2nd cup? Could Ovechkin finally hoist the cup for the first time ever? Could Vegas, the new team on the block, go 1-for-1 and win the whole thing? Or could the Jets make history and end Canada's quarter-century-long itch? So many intriguing questions heading to this Final Four, which starts tomorrow. Game 1 of the East Final is in Tampa tomorrow. Game 1 of the West Final is in Winnipeg on Saturday. The latest date for the conference finals is May 24th, which means the Cup final could start that Monday. We don't know when. So with that said, this is going to be a very interesting conference finals as we go down to the wire, as we go down to who will be the final two teams to play for World Stanley's Cup. It's going to be thrilling. It's going to be mega dramatic. It's going to be nail biting, like every year the Stanley Cup Playoffs is. So with that, that's why I'll wrap up my review of the division finals. A great second round that was, and I'll say even to you and enjoy the rest of the playoffs.